Woo! What's going on, guys? Almost one coming at you guys with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about yesterday's football game, the aftermath, the Buffalo Bills visiting our Detroit Lions at Ford Field. We lost a heartbreaker. It was a really hard-fought game by the Detroit Lions, 28-25 Buffalo. Bills go up 8-3 in their record, first in the AFC East, and the Lions fall to 4-7, still at second place in the NFC North. So some games to go, obviously, coming up this Sunday, and the Lions fought tooth and nail, man, against a Super Bowl contender, a team that, you could tell that they got a little bit of struggle going on. They're not all there, a little discombobulated. Not taking away anything from the Detroit Lions because I thought they played a hard-fought game. A lot of mental mistakes, a lot of physical mistakes by the Detroit Lions. They lost this football game. But let's get to the injuries. The Bills, during the game, they lost superstar Von Miller. Got a right knee. Don't really know the severity of it. It seems to be it's not as bad as they thought it might have been. But he'd probably be out for a little bit. Got rolled up on by, I don't remember if it was Skipper or Frank Ragnow, but they stepped on his foot and then they rolled up on his leg. And he ended up exiting the game. And then left tackle Dion Dawkins left the game too with a knee injury. Then the Lions, defensive end Julian Okwara, he came down hard on his elbow, tried to support his body, trying to get to quarterback Josh Allen, hurt himself. Was lying on the ground in severe agony, it looked like, and he was done. And then cornerback Jerry Jacobs eventually left the game. I think it was a little bit later on. Felt some dizziness. Does he have a concussion? Don't really know. We'll learn a little bit more as the week goes on. But the stats, quarterback Josh Allen for the Bills was 24 for 42 at 57% completion percentage, 253 yards, a couple touchdowns, a pick, sacked 3 times. He didn't have a great game, and we'll get into that too, but he did some things that are Josh Allen-like, obviously. And then rushing, Josh Allen led the team in rushing, 10 carries for 78 yards and a touchdown, 7.8 yards per carry. And then Devin Singletary, the running back, had 14 carries for 72 yards and a 5.1 yards per carry as well. And pretty much all they rushed for over 150 yards as a team against the Lions. Receiving, Isaiah McKenzie led the way with 6 catches for 96 yards and a touchdown on 10 targets. Stephon Diggs had 8 catches for 77 yards and a touchdown on 15 targets. And Gabe Davis had 4 catches for 38 yards on 5 touchdowns. Over 417 total yards against our defense overall. So, they had their way with us offensively. We did make some plays here and there. We played tough, but we still gave up a bunch of yards. Then defensively for the Buffalo Bills, safety Jordan Poyer had 8 total tackles. Linebacker A.J. Klein had 9 tackles. Cornerback Dane Jackson had 7 tackles. Matt Malone had 7 tackles, their linebacker. Defensive tackle Daquan Jones had 7 tackles and a sack. And then another defensive tackle, Ed Oliver, had 7 tackles, a sack, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, a safety. The defensive tackles killed us, man, because we had guys like Ewosika in there, and we had, Dan Skipper pretty much starting this game. And those 2 defensive tackles ate all day. And we'll get into that in a bit. And then DeMar Hamlin, their safety, had 6 tackles. So a good day by the, not a great day by that defense. They made some stops, obviously. Had to do what they had to do, but we still scored some points on them. We had a tough time running against them, but we'll get into that too. Now the Lions stats. Quarterback Jared Goff was 23 for 37, 62% completion percentage, 240 yards, 2 touchdowns, sacked a couple times as well. We'll get into his play a little bit later. Rushing, Jamal Williams had 18 carries for 66 yards and a touchdown at 3.7 yards per carry. Swift had 5 carries for 19 yards, 3.8 yards per carry, and Justin Jackson only had 4 carries for 4 yards, a 1 yard per carry. They couldn't get the ground game running at all. Something I was a little bit worried about going into talking about with the preview of this game, and it kind of happened. So they had a tough time running the football. Receiving, Amon-Ra St. Brown was awesome. He had 9 catches for 122 yards and a touchdown on 10 targets, almost caught all his targets. And then Khalif Raymond had 4 catches for 35 yards on 6 targets. Swift had 4 catches for 24 yards on 8 targets. Tight end James Mitchell, the rookie out of Virginia Tech, had one catch for 22 yards on one target. Need to get him more involved, I think. And then DJ Chark, he had 2 catches for 16 yards and a touchdown on 5 targets as well. Decent through the air. Made some plays, didn't make some plays. We'll get into that in a bit. Defensively now, linebacker Alex Anzalone had 9 tackles and a big pick in the red zone. Jerry Jacobs had 6 tackles. Deshaun Elliott, our safety, had 8 tackles. Malcolm Rodriguez, the rookie, had 6 tackles. He was flying to the football on this day. He was making plays, a few tackles for losses, just getting to the ball carrier. Cornerback Mike Hughes had 5 tackles. Safety Kirby Joseph, the other rookie, had 5 tackles. Almost made a beautiful play at the end there, but just missed it by inches. Football is a game of inches, and he just missed swatting the ball away, and we'll get into that too. And then linebacker James Houston, the rookie out of Jackson State, got activated. Julian Akwara goes down. He came in, had about 5 defensive snaps, 2 tackles, 2 sacks, and a fumble recovery. The fumble recovery was on a I think it was either a punt return or a kick return. I forget what it was, but it was our own fumble, and he jumped on the ball. So good awareness by the kid. And then defensive tackle Benito Jones had a tackle and a sack on Josh Allen too as well. And then in the game, Bills Tyler Bass, the kicker, man, hit that game-winning field goal. We'll get into that. So many reasons why the Lions lost this game. Now let's kind of dive into what the Lions offense did versus the Bills defense. I thought Goff was pretty good yesterday. There were some things that he just can't do. Just that he's limited. You know what I mean? He still can't throw the ball deep. His short into immediate passes were on point, were excellent. That's what kind of quarterback he is. We could talk about this third down play that they, on the 3rd and 1. We could talk about this 3rd and 1. Why didn't you run the football? The play was open. The passing play was open. Chark had a step on his defender. That's considered open in the NFL if anybody is curious. He was open. Goff had pressure on him too, so I'm not going to completely throw Goff under the bus. He had pressure in his face, so he ended up throwing the ball way to the right when the guy was open to the left. He makes that throw, it's probably game over. Or you're up by 4 at least, because it's probably a touchdown. It's probably a touchdown. Could have even been just a first down. Could have even been a pass interference on that call. But he didn't get the ball there. The pressure was there. He got hit as he threw that. If you look at that play too, again, he didn't have enough time. I think it was Shane Zylstra, whoever number 84 is. I think it's Zylstra. He was open in the middle. But it was just too late because he already had the pressure in his face. But that's the throw needs to be better. It needs to be better. But I thought they did a good job with the short intermediate throws. They had tough times running the ball against them. Swift, Williams, they didn't have a great yards per carry at 3.7 and 3.8 each. So they had a tough time run the football. Even Justin Jackson could not run the ball on them. Goff doesn't run it, so we don't have that option of a running quarterback. So we had tough time running the ball. So I kind of get the play call too, the late call on 3rd and 1. The play was open. I understand that people want to see the run there. Take time off the clock. We could talk about clock management. We'll get into all that in a second, but it's all right there. But the play was open. I thought the call was correct because no matter what I say, no matter what I think, no matter what I think about Jared Goff, no matter what I think that why would they put the ball in his hands at the end? What I think is irrelevant. What I think is completely irrelevant. This coaching staff, Ben Johnson, Dan Campbell, Ben Johnson responsible for that call. Campbell's got to say yes or no to it pretty much, I think, in those situations. That's my guess. Or Campbell's letting Ben Johnson just make those calls and he's trusting him. What I think about Jared Goff is irrelevant. I would never put the game in his hands to win. I just wouldn't. I would have ran there. I probably would have 80% chance I would have ran there. But I get it. They have trust in him. For some reason, they got trust in him. The play was open. He just never got the ball there. So it doesn't matter what I think. This coaching staff has somewhat of trust in him. And that's either going to hurt him or it's going to make us succeed. Either way, it didn't happen. We gave the ball back. We kicked the 51-yard field goal to tie that game. Badgley, he missed that 29-yard field goal. And we can get into that too. We can get into all kinds of stuff on why they lost this game. But all in all, I thought offensively we were efficient. Maybe not in running the ball with the short throws, letting your players get the what's it called? Get the yak, the yards after the catch. That was good. When he has to throw the ball deep, it's just not good. It's not a good thing. When he drops back to pass deep, I cringe. It's just that simple. And that's just the way it is with Jared Goff, and that's what we're going to see the rest of the year. He just doesn't have a nice deep ball. But it's not his fault. I'm not blaming this game on him. This is a multitude of reasons why we lost this football game. Now I'll talk about the Lions defense versus the Bills offense. Bottom line, we can't stop shit. We can't stop anything. Every now and then we'll make a play here and there, but in the long run, we can't stop anything. They gashed us. They gashed us through the ground, over 150 yards on the ground. Can't stop the run. If it's Josh Allen, if it's Devil Singletary, whoever it was, I think they pretty much benched James Cook earlier in the game because I saw McDermott screaming at James Cook, the rookie running back. So it looked like he got benched for something. I think it was on a route or a missed assignment. Something happened because I didn't really see him a lot after like the second or third quarter. Something happened there, and it was like all Singletary and all Josh Allen. So we just can't stop anything. Will Harris is complete dog shit, by the way, too, eh? He needs to go. I don't know how many times he was burned yesterday. I expect him to be benched next week. I really do. I don't see why he even should be in there. He's not a starter, for one. We were kind of, we had Akuda out. Jacobs ended up getting hurt later on in that game. Mike Hughes kind of had to step up and play some outside corner, it seemed like. I never heard Chase Lucas's name. I don't even know if he even dressed. So this secondary is dismantled again. You got guys like Will Harris out there trying to stop guys like Stephon Diggs and Gabriel Davis. It's a recipe for disaster. But they're kind of put in that situation. That's just what it really is right now. So we couldn't stop anything. And then what it counted the most, what your franchise quarterback does, Buffalo, is he makes plays. He threw a 36-yard pass on a dot. It looked like a laser beam coming out of his arm. It was a dot that went to Diggs, and Kirby Joseph, like I said earlier, just missed it. Just missed that ball. He came across. We made a really. I thought he hit it. It looked like he went right through his arm. It was almost a really good play by Kirby Joseph. Will Harris was trailing behind 3-4 yards. Why he's on Stephon Diggs is I guess there's really nobody else. I guess there's really nobody else with Jacobs. I think Jacobs was out at the game. No Akuda. Where's Owawarrior? Did he even dress? I know he's been abysmal this year, but I didn't even really see him out there. Did he even play special teams? I can't even. We're a mess in the secondary. We're a mess in the secondary, man. But a lot of things happened in this game that we lost this game. Clock management. Clock management was one of them. Again, Dan Campbell at the end of the first half, doing that, and then at the end of the game, giving Josh Allen all that time at the end of the game. Should we have tried to attempt to run it out, not give him any time? Probably. It's Josh Allen. He's probably the top 3 quarterbacks in the NFL today. You can't give him 20-something seconds. It's just not correct. It's not a good call. So clock management. Jamal Williams had a fumble, which was humongous, I thought. That was big. Ed Oliver made a really nice play. Our run defense can't stop nobody. Our pass defense can't stop nobody. Austin Bryant making a stupid, dumbass penalty. Throwing Josh Allen to the ground, which would have made it 3rd and 9, I believe it would have been 3rd and long or whatever, gives the Buffalo Bills a first down. They eventually score a touchdown from Josh Allen to Diggs. That was a really bad penalty by Austin Bryant, and he shouldn't even dress next week either. Just a stupid penalty. Why throw the guy down on the ground like that, especially with with that much time left? Come on, man. You got to be smarter than that. No real rushing attack. We didn't have a rushing attack. I already said our pass defense, Will Harris, was absolutely horrific. Jared Goff, he made a couple bad throws. Taking that sack in the end zone, I thought was terrible. This is one of the reasons why I think we need a mobile quarterback. He can't let himself get sacked there. He can't let himself get sacked. And hey, the offensive lineman got beat, man. That's on the O-line too as well. That's not just on Jared Goff. But that's a big reason why I think we need a running quarterback. That's nothing against Jared Goff. It's just what he is. He's a statue quarterback. He's a pocket passer. That's what he is. We need a guy that can run the football when needed, when a play breaks down. We don't have that. We have a guy that stands there and gets hit in the end zone and falls down. That's what we have. That's what we have. And it has to change. It has to. And that's a whole offensive thing right there. And then Badgley missing that 29-yard field goal. So there was like 8 things I think we lost this game. You can't miss a 29-yard field goal. That's a chip shot, bro. You can't miss that. Yeah, you hit the 51-yarder, but what about those 29-yard hitters, man? You got to hit those. You got to hit those 29-yard field goals. Those are automatic. They have to be automatic. And then guys like, we had guards in there, Coyote Owasika and Dan Skipper were our starting guards. With guys like, obviously, Big V's been gone. Jonah Jackson's out with a concussion. Evan Brown hurt. Those guys didn't play. So their 2 defensive tackles in Buffalo destroyed us all day. Destroyed us. They should have schemed a little better there. They should have did something to help out those 2 because they got eaten up, man. They got eaten up, Skipper and Owasika. And credit to Owasika, the guy, I think it was his first start in the NFL. I think it was. Don't get me wrong. He might have started a little bit for the Browns he played for. He might have had a few games under his belt. But he's very raw. He's super raw, man. And he got eaten up. So this was a game that all that bad stuff that happened, all that bad stuff, we fought to the death. We fought to the end. We were in it to win it, man. We had this game. Football's a game of inches, a game of seconds. We had the chance to win this game. We just don't have the manpower. We don't have the firepower. We just don't have it yet, man. The coaching staff, Dan Campbell with the clock management. I love the guy, but he is going to get himself fired for the way he manages football games. He's going to. That's my opinion. Maybe Brad Holmes and Sheila, maybe they see it all differently. But his management of games in games are lacking. They are lacking. There's a lot of things he does do not succeed on the field. But there's too much to go into this game to blame one guy. I'm not going to blame Jared Goff for this whole game. I'm not going to blame the running attack or the lack of run defense, pass defense. I'm not going to blame the 2 guards. I'm not going to blame the coaching staff. I'm not going to blame Austin Bryant. They're all collectively put into a bottle, shooken up, and they're to blame. All of them. There was a multitude of reasons why we lost this football game, but we had it. All those problems, we still had it. We had the game right there, and we should have pulled out the victory, but we didn't. We figured out a way to lose again. I'm not going to say SOL, but we figured out a way to lose again. We have to be better. But I see the difference. I do. I'm starting to see it. I'm not going to get all homerish on you, but I see the difference. The plays that they're making with these young guys like James Houston getting called up, get 2 sacks, first rookie to do that, I think, in a long, long time. First Lion to do it ever. I think was the first Lion ever to do that. So the young guys are stepping up. I do like the future. they just got to build on top of this. They have to get a little bit better in some other areas. And I just, it all starts with Brad Holmes and how he feels about this team, in my opinion, on some personnel on this team and personnel not on this team. So it's going to come down to a lot of decisions, I think, in the offseason. But that's it, guys. We lose this football game. What was the game? What was the score again? 28-25, Buffalo. A tough Thanksgiving Day game. I hope everybody had a good, happy Thanksgiving. I hope everybody was safe. Hope everybody ate a lot of food, drank a lot, didn't get in their cars or anything like that. Everybody was good. I wish we would have pulled out a victory. It would have been nice. They played them tough. Maybe, man, I guess we'll get them next time. I hate saying that, but that's just what it is, and I hate moral victories. But this one was just a little bit of a moral victory because I thought we played a Super Bowl contending team. I think the Bills are Super Bowl contenders. I think we played them really, really tough, and we had a chance to win, man. We just couldn't pull it off. But that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate everybody. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the bottom right. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, get all my videos. Don't forget to like, comment this out, share it. What do you guys think, man? Buffalo at Detroit. Lost a really close one. Fought tooth and nail. Go Lions. One pride, baby. Boom.